Hello and welcome back. GovDoc News, no opinions, just facts and summaries, government documents. Back with the President's statement from October 26th, agreement between the United States of America and Malaysia on reciprocal trade. We got a pattern going here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, round 3 on Southeast Asia trade deals, this time with Malaysia. A lot of these details are pretty much the same across the board in terms of the Thailand and Cambodia agreement. So if you've seen those previous videos, you already know what's going on, but let's get into it. Lower or zero tariffs on U.S. products. American industrial goods like chemicals, machines, electronics, metals, and cars will face lower import taxes in Malaysia. American farm products like milk, fruits and veggies, chicken, processed foods, drinks, pork, rice, and fuel ethanol will also be lower tariffed and better access to the Malaysian markets. Non-tariff roadblocks. Cars. Malaysia will accept U.S.-made vehicles that meet American safety standards and emission rules without the need to rebuild them in Malaysia. Steel and metal products. Faster import permits for U.S. steel pipes and products containing steel. Halal rules. Simpler halal certifications for U.S. cosmetics, medicines, and medical devices. And for those of you who don't know, halal just means allowed under Islamic law. Food and agriculture. Malaysia will accept U.S. government health certificates as good enough. Easier halal and factory registration for U.S. food. Treat the whole U.S. as one zone for animal disease control, basically. So one state's problem doesn't block the whole country from being able to export to Malaysia. Environmental and illegal activity. Malaysia will enforce laws against illegal logging, harmful fishing subsidies, illegal fishing, wildlife smuggling, and they will crack down on markets that sell fake or pirated goods. Workers' rights. Malaysia will prevent forced labor and child labor, and they will find and fix labor law violations, especially in high-risk industries. Digital and tech trade. No special taxes on U.S. tech companies like Google, Amazon, or social media companies. No forcing U.S. cloud or social media companies to pay into Malaysian funds in order to do business, which is pretty much happening now. They will allow data to flow freely across borders for business with privacy protections in place. They will support a global rule for no taxes on digital downloads like apps, music, and movies. They will also remove limits on how much U.S. TV or online content can be shown in Malaysia. Intellectual property, customs, and fair rules. Better protections for U.S. patents, trademarks, and copyrights, faster, clearer customs processes, and rules to stop state-owned companies from unfairly outcompeting private ones like U.S. companies trying to do business in Malaysia. Critical minerals and rare earths. Where have we heard that before? Malaysia will not ban or limit exports of these materials to the U.S. They will also work with U.S. companies to grow the critical minerals industry, and they will give long-term licenses so U.S. businesses can invest confidently, and no restrictions on selling rare earth magnets to U.S. buyers. So, what is the United States doing? The U.S. is keeping 19% tariffs on most Malaysian goods, but they will give 0% tariffs to a specific list of Malaysian products that they are currently working on. The U.S. may also consider this deal when making future national security trade decisions, basically giving preference to Malaysia and not initially just raising tariffs on certain products. All right, big commercial deals already happening. So these aren't required by the agreement, but both countries highlighted them as examples of growing business and business relationships between the countries. Malaysia is committing to buy 30 U.S. aircraft with an option for 30 more. They will buy semiconductors, plane parts, data center gear worth about $150 billion. They will also buy liquefied natural gas up to $3.4 billion per year. Coal and telecom gear services worth about $204 million. And the Malaysian investment funds putting money into U.S. projects, basically building factories and such, valued at over $70 billion. Other cooperation. Both countries will work together on supply chain strength, innovation, stopping companies from dodging duties, investment safety, and export controls for security-sensitive tech. Also, the U.S. Treasury and Malaysia's central bank are finalizing a deal on currency policy to keep trade fair, basically so they can't manipulate currency to gain a trade advantage, which is a pretty common practice. But documents linked below if you want to check out all the details. All right, time out. Keep your mind open. Do your own research. Form your own opinion. Bye-bye.